This is Bishop Dr. Truman Berst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
This is a discussion. It's not a lecture. You're welcome to ask questions, suggest topics, whatever you want to talk about, whether it's diabetes, cancer, heart disease, whatever it is, we talk about it. Fibroid tumors. A lot of people out there that don't have fibroid tumors anymore when they found out about the fibroid tumor report and how that gets rid of fibroids in 30 days. But people are getting good results with natural remedies. And I continue to report that people are not getting good results with going to the medical doctor. The medical doctors are just giving them one drug after another, until they're sick and tired of going to their doctor. So, because you don't go to the doctor for a health issue, you go to the doctor for if you need a surgery, if you got a broken leg or something like that, you go to the doctor. You go to the doctor for a diagnosis. Then, if you are in the know, then you go and you call Doc Truman and you find out how natural remedies can help with that certain health disorder. Now, am I diagnosing and prescribing? Well, the evil authorities and evil medical doctors would say so, but I'm not. I'm not prescribing. I'm not diagnosing. That's what you do with drugs. But when you're talking about natural remedies, you're not talking about diagnosing and prescribing. You're talking about comforting people and letting the Most High do the healing. That's what works. And nothing else really does. So it's a relationship with the Most High, and it's a relationship with a really proficient, knowledgeable naturopathic doctor, herbalist that has a history of helping people. And we do here. We have a history of success. And thank you. Those of you who have been with us over the decades, because we've helped you, we've helped your family, we've helped your relatives, etc. And it's a blessing. and that's why this works. Because we're using the Most High's medicine. We're not using poison chemical drugs. It's evil, it's overused, and it's killing people, it's harming people, and it's the system in many countries. And it's not necessary to be taking drugs, poison chemicals, when you could be taking a natural remedy. Problem is that the natural remedies have been vilified and the medical doctors have been glorified, and it should be the opposite. It should be the opposite, because that's the truth. But the truth is often set upside down. Then you have a glorified doctor saying, shame on you, natural remedies people, for using those natural remedies. They're useless. You should come and get our drugs. And that's a lie. And most of the medical doctors know it, but they're not willing to give up the money. Kind of like the Nazi soldiers that murdered, all the Jewish people and everybody else they could, because They could, and they were in control. And it's the same situation here. We got a medical pharmaceutical system that has been glorified, and it shouldn't be. It should be vilified, because it is. They're villains for the most part, and there's a lot of them that would love to quit, but they can't, because they can't give up the income. They spent their whole life becoming educated to become a medical doctor, and then they find out it's nothing but poison drugs. What do you think they're going to do? They're just going to say, yes, sir, thank you very much, give me my paycheck. And it's a lot of collusion going on here between the medical doctors, the pharmaceutical industry, and the federal government. They're all in business together, keeping people sick. And they don't like me, because I tell the truth. And they don't want to hear the truth, because what they do is a lie. And so they really, really don't like me. And, that's too bad, because I do what I do. I tell the truth. It's not popular with, people that are glorifying medical doctors. There are certain medical doctors that are doing things that are helping people, and there's most of the medical doctors who are just poisoning people to death, and they call it practicing medicine. Well, they're practicing their evil medicine, and it's wrong. So if you've got a health issue, let's go to a naturopathic doctor. Let's go to an herbalist. Let's find out what's really going on, how to really fix it, because the medical system don't fix things. They just they cut off they cut things off, and they cut things out, and they're practicing, and it's very sad, because we see people being chemotherapy to death. They're not dying of the cancer; they're dying of the chemotherapy. But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. Because people need to stand up and take their health back, and the people need to be in charge of your own health, and then you call up your naturopathic doctor, and you call up your herbalist, and you stay healthy, and you don't get in the clutches of these medical doctors who are giving people drug after drug after drug until they're dead, until they want to die, until they're so sick and so tired of they figure that they just give up. And that's happening a lot more than you hear about. So we gotta bring a stop to chemical drugs and find out about natural remedies, and that's what this broadcast is all about. So we ask you to open up your microphone by pressing the star key 2 times. If you have a question or a topic, something you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. But let me tell you who I am. I'm Bishop Dr. Truman Berst, Master Herbalist. Well, I'm a graduate ethnobotanist and phytotherapist with 2 PhDs. I'm also a Master Herbalist, Chartered Herbalist, Master of Herbology, and I'm an ordained minister and a certified bishop. And I love the Lord, and I love natural remedies, because they help people, they comfort people. And when and so it's been for the past 57 years, I've been helping people understand about natural remedies, and I've been vilified, because that's what the medical establishment does. They vilify, they pass laws criminalizing herbs and vitamins and natural therapy. That's what they do. It's really sad here in America, because that's where I'm from. That's my home. That's where my families are. Yeah. So, and lots of friends and people I love. And I see that happening to a wonderful country, the USA. And the USA has nothing to be proud of about that, because they're continuing to allow it to happen. But there is a movement. There is a movement going all across the world with natural remedies. People aren't stupid. The glorified medical doctors act like they're stupid and they don't know anything, and pretend that you're stupid if you don't go along with their evil plot. And a lot of people fall into that. Oh, gee, I'm stupid because the glorified doctor thinks I'm stupid. I should go along with him, and then they do. I'm really tired of that. Anyway, if you'd like a free consultation, that's what I do. I will give you a free consultation about natural remedies when you call 503-362-5899. That's 503-362-5899. And I'll give you a free consultation so you'll know what kind of natural remedies are possible. A lot of people think, oh, I never heard of that before. I didn't know it was possible. Well, it is. You didn't hear about it because the pharmaceutical industry has their foot on the throat of the health food industry. That's why you haven't heard about all these natural remedies. It's been vilified, made illegal, and in the USA, and it's wrong. And people have stood up against it, and the government is so arrogant, they continue to do it anyway. The FDA has been told by Congress to stand down and shut up and be nice, but they don't do it. They don't listen. They're above the law. The pharmaceutical industry is above the law, and they've proved it. They're just murdering people left and right, day after day, second after second, and getting away with it. And it's evil. So anyway, 503-362-5899 will get you a free consultation. You can give me a call sometime. And I call everybody back. I got a system that captures your phone number. Unless you mark it private and nobody can see it, and then I can't call you back. Get a few of those now and then. And my email address, if you'd like to email me, let me know what's going on, what your health issues are. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a cousin, maybe it's a relative, maybe it's your mother and father that really need to find out about natural remedies and stop being slowly murdered by a renegade, outlaw medical system. There's a lot of doctors out there just doing horrible things. Oh, in these old folks' homes, wow, don't deposit your old folks in an old folks' home. They're mean to them, most of them. They treat them, and they're people that take those jobs just to take advantage of the elderly. They do it all the time. They're not safe. So there's just so much going on in America that we need to know about regarding our health. My email address is Truman at herbalhealthreview.com. Truman, Truman, at herbalhealthreview.com. And mark that down, herbalhealthreview.com, because that's the website that we always go to, because that's where all of my work is published. And why can't they destroy it? They tried to. The government actually said they didn't like the fact that I had that these websites existed. But when they found out that I own nothing, I have nothing, and that's the way it has to be done. If I had anything, government would figure out some way to steal it, fine me to death, haul me into court, prosecute me, and put me in prison if I had any money. I don't. I don't have a nickel. Well, I do. I'm saving up for the rent this month, but that's about it. And I'm mouth to mouth, month to month, and I keep everything glued together, and have invented this entire system, including this broadcast. And did I do it alone? No. I'm guided by the Most High, or I couldn't do anything. I'm 77 years old. I don't know how to do this stuff. If I wasn't pointed in the right direction and with the right information, then I couldn't help people. I couldn't do what I do. I wouldn't have the energy to do what I do at 77. It's amazing. I amaze myself every day. The fact that, the Most High works through me. It's an amazing, wonderful, beautiful thing to watch. And that's my life. And then there's a lot of sad things in my life too, because there's a lot of people, a lot of them, that don't have enough money to buy a natural remedy, and they need one. And their family members don't help them because they don't believe in natural remedies. They believe in glorifying the medical doctors. So that doesn't work. So there are a lot of people out there that need natural remedies, but they can't afford one. But it's okay to go to the medical doctor because that's free, and they'll kill you for nothing. That's right. They'll let you in there and they'll start medicating you until they put you to sleep. That's what they do. I've watched it. I've seen it over and over again. Well, anyway, that's who I am. That's my phone numbers and my email address, and the website all about me. We're going to go to a little bit later. Is herbalhealthreview.com. herbalhealthreview.com. But most importantly, let's get this broadcast started and let's talk about natural remedies. Let's go over to one of our favorite people, and that is down here. I'm going down all these. There you are. That is Prophet Elijah out in Pike Road, Alabama, at the Word of Life Ministry. You want to call him because you can't get a better prayer partner than Prophet Elijah out there at Pike Road, Alabama. Write this number down. You're going to wish you had it later. 334-868-3881. 334-868-3881. That's his number. Let's prevail upon him to give us an opening prayer, because that's a good way to start anything, is with prayer. Let's visit with him a minute. There we go. Prophet Elijah, are you there, Prophet Elijah? Wow, it's very loud. There's a lot of music. I'm here. There's music or something in the background, drums and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yes, well, where I am, they're having a practice, but we're fine.
Okay, well, all right. Today you even come with music. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
But the first thing I want to say, you're talking about calls. Last week I got more calls from this program than ever.
Oh my goodness! Well, that's I know that keeps you busy, but and folks, you should call Prophet Elijah, because he is a wonderful minister, a prophet, and oh my goodness, he delivers a prayer. And speaking about that, sir, could you please give us an opening prayer?
Yes, sir. Psalms 97. Verse 10, 11, and John 14, 12. O you who love the Most High, hate evil. He preserves the lives of his saints, the children of a higher. He delivers them out of the hands of the wicked. Light is sown for the uncompromised righteous, and along their pathway, and joy for the upright in heart. The irrepressible joy, which comes from consciousness of his favor and protection. I assure you, most solemnly, I tell you, if anyone steadfastly believes in me, he will also himself be able to do the things that I do. And he will do even greater things than these, because I go to the Father. It is written, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, against the rulers of darkness and this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Most High, you have given unto us power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt us. Today, Dr. Berst and I bind and cast down the demonic chain of commands, the nobles, the kings, the princes, the governments, the principalities, dominions, the powers, the generals, the captains, the rule of darkness of this world, and spiritual wickedness in high places. We send legions of warring angels to attack We loose the powers of the Most High to do a mighty battle. We bind every force of evil and loose every force of the good that we have the power and authority to do so. We break curses, vexes, hexes, spells, and demonic ties. We use every verse in the holy book of the law that wars against the demonic forces that will attempt to attack Discoveries in Health Ministries and Kings of Jamaica and Albany, Oregon, and Dr. Miles in Georgetown, Texas, and Cairo, Alabama, and all other cities, states, and countries. We bind and loose spirits that would come against our computers, the mobile, and the land phone, World Wide Web, cyberspace, and any other choice of communication. We command civil war in Satan's kingdom. We loose the love of the Most High, the Prince that Yeshua paid, the Holy Spirit, and the word of the Almighty are higher, the blood of Yeshua and the cross against the forces of evil. We are the walking, talking word of the Almighty are higher in human form. All these things we do in the name of Yeshua Christ, our teacher, master, and savior. Amen.
All praises to the Most High. Amen. Wow, thank you, brother. So, Prophet Elijah, do you have any suggestions or topics or what should we talk about today?
Well, I have 3 different topics because I've been having a lot of people coming for prayer to get delivered from these conditions. But number 1 is the Parkinson disease, and I had a young lady come to me yesterday and said she didn't know she had ulcers, but the doctor told her she had ulcers, and the symptoms they told her she had, she don't even know what they're talking about. And the other one is tinnitus, dealing with the ringing of the ears.
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus, yes.
Tinnitus, I got it. Okay. Ringing in ears. Okay, all right. So we want to talk about Parkinson's. We want to talk about ulcers. We want to talk about ringing in the ears. What can we do? Let's look into those topics, and let's go and start doing it right now. And because Doc Miles is coming into the building soon. And there we go. It sounds like Prophet Elijah is in a really busy place right now. Wow. Okay. So Parkinson's, I get a lot of people coming to me with Parkinson's. And one of the things that you need to know about when there's Parkinson's is oxygenation, of oxygenating the cells. Now, how do you do that? Well, you take coenzyme Q10, and you take not just normally you if somebody has a heart condition, they found out they've had a heart or a stroke or anything, you make sure first thing is get them on 200 milligrams of coenzyme Q10 daily. But with Parkinson's, they're finding results in helping people with Parkinson's. The new results that are coming in are that 200 milligrams twice a day helps Parkinson's. So we're going to make sure you get coenzyme Q10, and we're talking about 200 milligrams twice a day. And let's go and visit. Go up to the website. I'm on my way to herbalhealthreview.com, and I'm there. I've clicked on when I've come to https://herbalhealthreview.com. When I've gone to that, and there's no www there. If you put a www, it's going to take you somewhere else. Don't put a www in front of herbalhealthreview.com. If you want to put anything in front of it, https://herbalhealthreview.com, and then click on common conditions. That's where all the reports are. So now we're on common conditions, and I'm going down alphabetically if I can get the mouse to go over here. Okay, there we go. Going down to Parkinson's. Let's take a look at Parkinson's, see what the latest research is on Parkinson's besides the coenzyme Q10 at 400 milligrams twice a day. Let's take a look at Parkinson's disease. It's coming up. You know, these computers take a minute. And I'm going to sip on some tea. And drink some lime water. Hard to get lemons here, but you get limes real easy. So limes it is. They're a little bit less strong than a lemon. They're not as acidic, you know. But the thing it drives you alkaline, and it flushes the kidneys. So I drink a lot of lime water. So there it is. Here's our Parkinson's disease report, and let's take a look at it here. First thing, it's got a brain power kit, an herbal kit that we should explore and take a look at. And and let's take a look at that brain power kit. Let's click on it. I'm going to right click so I don't lose my tab here, and I'm going to open it. Open link in a new tab. Okay, and we're going to take a look at Parkinson's disease here because there are things we can do to help. So now I have, let's see here. I have opened up, let's see, or did I? Maybe I didn't, but I'm going to. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to open the link. Well, let's get this over here. Let's get this way over there. Maybe that'll be easier. Get the brain power kit. Come on, open the link. There, Doc Miles is in the building. Hi, Doc.
Yes, sir. Hey, buddy.
Welcome to Discoveries in Health. Folks, this is Doc Miles, an absolutely wonderful friend and a very knowledgeable naturopathic doctor who has a extremely busy clinic in Georgetown, Texas. Doc Miles is a great naturopathic doctor. He comes here and shares his knowledge freely with us every Thursday. We love him. He helps so many people. He's got answers to difficult questions. When everybody else gives up, we always go to Doc Miles and say, well, what do you think, Doc? And Doc's got different ideas. He's got newer, better ideas. And when I say newer, well, you know, it's the same ideas that he's been developing and using for decades and decades and decades, because he's been doing this a long time. So Doc Miles, welcome to Discoveries in Health. The question today was, what about Parkinson's disease? Do you have anybody coming to you with Parkinson's disease, Doc?
I haven't really addressed Parkinson's. I've addressed Alzheimer's and many other things. I haven't addressed Parkinson's, but Parkinson's, in most part is very much like Alzheimer's. I mean, it's usually a heavy metal burden on the body that starts it because it works on the nerve endings. So, it's just one of those strange things. I mean, thanks to Monsanto and, the other chemical companies and the drug companies, and they contribute a lot to these issues. And that's what's so sad about it, And,
exactly.
Yes. Drugs will kill you. There's some life-saving drugs. I'll be the first one to admit that. But you don't have to live on them because your body's not made from drugs. It's made from natural substances. God made us to heal. And if we put the right things in our body will heal. If you have a low tire, you have 4 tires on your car or truck, and one of them is down to 10 pounds, you got to either air it up, fix it, or replace it. Otherwise, you can't drive your car very good. And you could lose control, and you could have an accident and be upside down in the ditch. And that's just one little simple scenario, And your body's the same way. If your liver has got a bunch of issues, it affects the other too. And so, medical doctors look at the symptom and do the symptomology. Now, they are awesome when it comes to surgeries and delivering babies and suturing people up and setting bones you know, and such as that. I mean, that's what they're highly trained to do. But they know zero about nutrition. They don't study it in medical school. It's not a mandatory thing. So, you know, it's out of their realm of expertise. That's why I'm working very close with a lot of medical doctors on some tough cases, and they start healing. But it's a wonderful thing. But, you know, they saw what I've done for a lot of the patients, and they'll call me and say, hey, you know, we got a problem. You know, I'm going to send him over. Send blood work and all that with him, and sure enough, then I'll find something and we'll fix it, and they're good to go. But the body fixes it. We just have to put the right ingredient in the body to change it. You know, like high triglycerides. They've now come out with a new drug to lower triglycerides by 33%. And I lower them by 100% many, many times with DHA, which is one of the omegas. You know, I get it out of Wisconsin. It's Alpha Molecular DHA, and I think it's on my website. And it's an amazing product because you take 2 or 3 a day, depending on how high your triglycerides are, and it brings it right on down into the normal range, and you don't have high blood pressure anymore. Because high blood pressure is caused by high triglycerides and kidney issues, you know, renal issues. You address those two, your blood pressure comes down. So it works.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
We put the right. I know it. I mean, you don't take a 16-penny nail and pick up a little tack hammer and try to drive it into a piece of 4x4, and it's not going to work. You got to get the right tool for the right job.
Yes, sir.
Period. And I remember when I was a little boy and I was trying to fix stuff, and I'd pick up a crushing wrench and start hammering on a nail. My daddy would take it away from me. He said, "You do that one more time, or thank you. You get a hammer. You got to get the right tool for the right job, you know." And I learned at a very young age, you got to have the right tool for the right job, period. And that's in anything in life. It's applicable to anything in life, period. So, to answer your question, no, I don't address Parkinson's. I haven't really seen any patients with Parkinson's. You know, if I did, I saw them right at the last stages, you know what I'm saying, and it was just stuff that I couldn't do much for them because it was already too late. But people wait till it's way too late, and they run the time clock down with the medical doctors trying to do something for them. And, you know, bless their heart, I feel sorry for them, but, you know, there's not much you can do, you know.
And we get that all the time.
So,
we get that all the time. They instead of getting a natural remedy, they run to the doctor. The doctor strings them along for year after year after year. Then they finally find out about natural remedies, and then they come, and it makes the job really difficult because they've been misinformed for so long. Then when they finally get the answer, sometimes, you know, there's not much you can do when somebody comes to you and it's, you know, and they're in really rough shape, and it's
right.
It's hard to make things right again.
Right. I went over to visit my local doctor buddy yesterday. He called me and said, "I'm going to talk to you, so come on over." So I went over and we visited a little bit, and, you know, he was asking me about the CBD oil and this and that because he's very interested. He can't practice it because he practices medicine, but he does sell a few supplements, a very few, but he's very low profile. So the doctors want to help people, but, you know, they just don't know what you and I know, and that's why they refer people to us, you know, when they're really in trouble and they really need some help, and they, you know, they care about them.
That's right.
You know, but, you know, some of these younger doctors coming up, man, it's just drugs, and there's nothing else that works. If you use the natural stuff, it's witchcraft.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Exactly. It's opposite, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I've never, you know, I just never could understand why they would call something like what we do is witchcraft, because it's been around forever.
Yeah, exactly.
And good things come, you do good things and good things come out of it. Now, witchcraft, you do things going to happen.
Yes.
So it's totally opposite of what you and I do.
Exactly.
And between your knowledge and my knowledge, we can just about address anything. Okay. Now, we're not out there delivering babies, and we're not setting bones. We're not doing anything out of our realm of practice.
Sure.
But we can help people with their nutritional needs, and it does work.
Exactly. That's why we're here. So
That's right.
So some of the things that could be helpful for Parkinson's would be, I'm looking over here. I'm looking on the Health and Herbs website, and they've got a brain power kit. And one of the things that's in their brain power kit, it's got a formula of herbs. It's got sage and rosemary and ginkgo and chlorella and a butcher's broom for circulation and lemon balm leaf, which is also good against viruses, and cat's claw that's good against arthritis and blood disorders and so forth. It's all in one formula, and it's called Remember, but it's all in one kit. This is called a kit. Let's see what they call it. They call this the Brain Power Kit because it helps your brain. And when there's Parkinson's, yes, you do need to do a heavy metal detox. We'll talk about that in a minute because Doc Miles has things that can help you, to get the heavy metals out of your body, and so do I. So I know about them as well. And Brittany, and between Brittany and Doc Miles, they've got great remedies for all kinds of wonderful things, and they work together wonderfully. They help each other, and because the main thing is the person who needs help. And what you see here is a team effort at concerning the health of each person. That's it. We're concerned about the health of the person, and it's a team effort. So you're going to find some remedies that are going to be great. Doc Miles can really do a lot of wonderful things, and then Brittany over there at Health and Herbs, 541-791-8400. That's Brittany over at Health and Herbs. That's who makes all the products that I've invented, and she makes a lot of the products that Doc Miles has invented as well. She's our go-to lady, as far as manufacturing, and she's wonderful. And even though she has 5 little girls and chases after them all day long and takes great care of them, she has the energy to help you and to work directly with Doc Miles and so forth and get out wonderful products. So again, Doc Miles is a go-to guy. And Brittany at 541-791-8400 is a go-to gal. She's my granddaughter. I love that girl. And she's terrific, really knowledgeable. But let's get into some of the things. This is things that she has, and then for Parkinson's. And one of them is a Remember formula, and it's got all these herbs in it. We mentioned it before: sage leaf, rosemary, ginkgo, chlorella, butcher's broom, lemon balm, cat's claws, and then that's in a kit. So you get that. You get that herbal tincture extract that helps to help you remember. And then you get something called mucuna. Well, what is mucuna seed extract? Well, mucuna seed extract is loaded with something called purines. And these purines are a nerve tonic. They're helpful as an anxiety reliever. Because when there's Parkinson's, you get anxious. And it can be very calming to the nerves and uplifting to the mood. So that really helps people with Parkinson's. And this mucuna, M-U-C-U-N-A, mucuna, M-U-C-U-N-A, mucuna. And that's one of the things in this brain power kit. And so it's doing all this. So the reason this is helping the nerves and the mood, and it's calming, and it helps get rid of anxiety, is due to the fact that mucuna, it has a naturally occurring source of L-DOPA, which can support levels of neurotransmitter dopamine. So that's why it has been used in Ayurvedic medicine, and they call it the dopamine bean, mucuna. So that's one of the things that's in this kit. Besides the memory formula to improve the memory, we also have a nervine tonic that's working with the nerves and the mood and helping to give you the correct amount of L-DOPA, which can support healthy levels of the neurotransmitter dopamine. So that's what mucuna is. Then the next thing is brain nutrients. Brain nutrients formulation and you take 1 tablet daily. And let's take a look at the brain nutrients. Number 2, let's open a link in a new tab and take a look at what's in that herbal formula. Because when you combine all of these agents, all of these natural foods in these herbs, when you combine them all together, you got a pretty awesome page. I don't see that coming up for me. It's not coming up. So I'm going to get out of there. And I'm going to go back to the Brain Power Kit. And I'm going to look at the memory support formula, because we have a remember formula. We got another formulation, or she does. I invented the formulation. She makes it. She's a master at making natural remedies and doing a lot more besides. She's amazing. But anyway, that memory formula number 1285 is in this Brain Power Kit. It's got gotu kola that clears the mind, rosemary leaf that sharpens up the brain, borage leaf that works on the brain, eleuthero root, which gives you mental stamina, bacopa that increases the memory, and it's bacopa leaf. And then it's got lobelia leaf, which is the general to all herbs. It will take all the herbs and take them and lead them to where they're supposed to go and watch them while they're doing the work and make sure they do it right. That's what lobelia does, as it is also a sedative for the body. It's a very interesting herb. I call it the general. And valerian root calms the nervous system, calms things down, while ginseng root, Korean white ginseng, is in there to give you overall stamina and endurance, to just give you power. So that's what you do when there's Parkinson's. So that's one thing that we do. It's a brain power kit. Go ahead.
What's that number? 12 what?
The brain power kit is number 4.
The memory formula. It was 12 something.
Oh, okay. The memory formula is number 1285 with gotu kola, rosemary.
I got that. Yeah, I got it.
Got it. Number 1285.
Yeah, I needed that. I'm going to put that on my shelf now.
All right. Yes. So, and that brain power kit has all of these things in it. And that brain power kit with all those things in it is number 4415. And Brittany did that. She put all these things together and gave people a special discount. That's really cool. So, okay, let's go back. Go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you.
Yes, sir. So now, the next thing is we use shepherd's purse, 30 to 60 drops under the tongue with a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, which is often needed to stop bleeding. There's generally with some Parkinson's disease, we got bleeding of some sort. But if you're using shepherd's purse and 30 to 60 drops under the tongue and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne and you're taking all that at the same time, it is often needed to stop bleeding. I have people coming to me sometimes with bleeding and say, we can't stop the bleeding. We don't know where it's coming from. That'll stop the bleeding. Shepherd's purse with a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 30 to 60 drops, 3 times a day or more, whatever it takes to slow down and stop bleeding. And then there's that memory support formula that we talked about just a minute ago. Let's get over here so I can put my cursor on it. And a memory support formula with gotu kola, rosemary, borage, eleutherococcus, licorice root, valerian root. That's a different one. And that one is number 1285, so memory support formula. And if you look at it, rosemary alone that's in that formula, the reason rosemary's in that formula is because it's been around a long time, and therefore has a long list of claims regarding its medical uses, including as a tonic, a digestive aid. Rosemary is a tonic. Rosemary is a digestive aid. It helps treat depression. Rosemary helps get rid of headaches, muscle spasms, and it works internally as an expectorant. And also rosemary, if you've got a tardy menstrual flow, it will promote the menstrual flow and get it going. So just know that. And rosemary is a stimulant for the production of bile. So, and rosemary externally is, and there's a rosemary soap you can get as well. You can get the oil, or you can get the soap. And it's been said to treat rheumatism and sores, eczema, bruises, and wounds. Rosemary, taken internally as a medicine, can be an irritant to the stomach, intestines, and kidneys. So use it internally. If you're using the rosemary internally, use it sparingly. We don't want to use a lot of it because it can be an irritant to the stomach internally and the kidneys, and the intestines. So we'll be careful with that rosemary, but it is amazing. You can even rub it into the skin.